My sexy bitches, it's Gutter Trash, episode 220, Dark Country. My name is Eric.
I'm Jason.
How's it going?
It is going well.
That is good.
E2.
C3.
You sank my battleship.
P.O.
What's up, buddy?
Nothing.
This is a weird thing. It's a Thursday evening.
Yeah, it is.
I'm never in the Gutter Trash studios on Thursday evening.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's
happened before.
Oh, yeah. I would say it even used to be a regular thing.
Thursday night? Was it? Oh, maybe it was, yeah.
Before you decided to go out and get yourself a girlfriend for some reason.
I know.
Oh, we used to have so much fun. We used to go out and do stuff. We used to just hang out whenever.
You're telling me.
Yeah. And now it's like, I gotta go hang out with Kathleen. And I'm just like, well, what the fuck, dude?
Tonight I said, fuck that noise, I'm rocking it old school.
Right on.
That's right.
The only thing that was different was that we didn't go to a Mexican restaurant.
Did we used to do that too?
We used to do that too. We used to go out and eat.
Things, yeah.
Sometimes we would record a segment and then we would go out and eat and then we'd have some crazy story to tell.
I think we've gotten a rut and we're like one of those elderly married couples.
Yeah.
They got nothing anymore.
We need to shake it up and get into some light S&M.
Maybe like a swingers bath club or something. Yeah. Isn't there like the Dayton Bath?
It's the Dayton Swim Club.
Dayton Swim Club, that's what it is. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad that you knew that.
I used to work at a television news station.
I think you're going to say you used to work there.
I used to work there.
I used to be a mop boy at the swim club. Oh, yeah. There's never never a dull moment and never a lack of workload.
I don't like the word load.
Not, at least not in conjunction with elderly swim club associates. Yeah. You guys did a story on the swim club?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was interesting. And creepy.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just say that, I didn't have anything to do with, the putting together of this story, other than I pressed the button that made the television airwaves make it go out to all the people's homes.
One would say you did the most essential portion of that
That is
story.
true, and I am glad you said that.
Yeah.
Because no one else at the fucking station ever thought that.
Yeah. I mean, they could just, meander away, talking about whatever.
Yeah.
And if you didn't push that button, nobody would know.
Exactly.
It'd be a tree fallen in the forest with no one around here.
Without my department.
That's right.
And yet we were treated like the shithole of everything. We're just shat on and ignored and blamed for everything. But without us, no one watches TV.
That's right.
Who's the real power?
Wow.
Yeah. Fuck you, Michelle Kingsfield.
I don't know who that is. Is it
She was an anchor there who got pregnant and cancer at the same time.
Oh, that sucks.
I might say she might deserve it.
Oh, no. That's terrible.
Hey, both things survived.
Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? Like her and the kid, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think meant the cancer and the kid.
Maybe.
Well.
Oh, either way,
depressing.
she was not a good person.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I didn't know her, but yeah. That's scary though. Cancer and childbirth at the same time is not a good combo.
Sure, whatever. I don't know. Here I am slandering people. Or is it libel?
I think you're slandering.
Slandering.
Yeah. Libel's
speaking.
Print is libel.
Okay. Yeah.
When I do the Veggie Dog Saturn issue 7 that chronicles this story, then it'll be libel.
It'll be libel. Okay, all right. Maybe I should cut out this whole chunk.
Nobody's gonna listen.
Okay.
Yeah. What in North Carolina is Brian John Mitchell going to be listening and someone overhears it and That's ironic.
That's true. Yeah. All right. No.
Oh, hi, Brian, by the way.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah. What's up, buddy?
Our brother listener. Oh, I'm sorry. That implies that we have to.
We got Jeremy Anderson.
That's true.
Yeah. He's the Dayton representation of our listening populace.
Yeah.
So Cancer. I can't think of a better segue into Dark Country. So, man, that was disappointing.
The Cancer?
Yeah. It always is.
Oh, if you mean disappointing, or if you mean by disappointing, you actually mean terrible, then I agree with you.
Oh. There's elements that I would say are terrible. There's elements.
Most of it.
There's elements that I would say are awesome, and then there's the majority, which is just lame.
It is, like we just watched, the worst episode of The Twilight Zone ever.
Yes. Yes. It's like you're watching an episode of Twilight Zone and air quotes halfway through, you're like, geez, this is awful.
Yeah.
But at least it's only 30 minutes long. And then another hour and 20 minutes goes by, and you're still watching the same damn thing.
Yeah, it wasn't that long at least, but felt that long.
Well, I mean, like 15 minutes into the Twilight Zone. Yeah.
The movie still wasn't that long.
It was like an hour and a half.
A little less than that, yeah. So there's this movie we just watched, and every twist is super predictable,
And
almost
overused.
from the get-go.
And super overused.
Oh yeah. And you know, when we watched John Dies at the End, my one complaint about it was the terrible, terrible special effects.
Right.
Hey, Dark Country, thanks for topping that. And at least I can always say that I actually liked John Dies at the End.
Yeah.
I did not like you, Dark Country.
Yeah.
At all.
I really wanted to.
I did too.
And I think there were elements, actually, okay, it wasn't the effects, but I think there were visual elements, like especially camera tricks, that I thought were pretty cool. Like there was like some good camera work. Like whenever they first leave Big Chief gas station, and then there's like this crazy, like, it's like a 440 degree spin. It's not even a 360. It keeps just going. There's a really cool trick there, and a couple neat camera effects or camera work.
Like one or two.
Yeah.
That I could admit to.
But I mean, it has this like kind of like there's a feel to it that I really like. Like I like the noir horror feel that they've got, and it has like a cheesiness to it that doesn't like take itself too seriously.
I disagree with you completely.
Really? Like,
I think it took itself way the hell too seriously.
yeah, I mean, there was a couple of funny lines, and like, you know, like the music was a little like cheesy, and I thought it was supposed to be campy on purpose.
I don't think so. I
don't
think
think so?
that was entirely,
They're like, this is cool.
yeah. Or maybe not cool, but like, oh man, this fits the tone. And,
Yeah.
But like, it was so over the top and just slamming you over the head with it I think that it was entirely sincere.
Oh wow.
In what it was trying to do. And
That would be too bad.
Yeah.
If that's true.
I did not get any sense that this was, you know, in any way possible, like poking fun of itself,
Right.
You know, at any point in time.
Yeah.
Like there are like one or two moments where there are jokey moments,
Right.
but I think almost every movie has that jokey moment. You know?
Right. Yeah.
And I also think that most of the jokey moments in this one failed.
Yeah. Do you want to give a synopsis of this thing without spoiling it? Or...
No, I'm going to spoil the fuck out of this movie later. But for now, I'll keep it in my pants.
Yeah. That's where he keeps all the spoiling.
That is where I keep all my spoilers. That is why whenever anyone watches a movie with me, they beg me to keep my pants on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because they don't want it spoiled.
No. No. Not at the theater, not at home.
Nope.
Not at a drive-in.
Yep. I've never been to a drive-in. Never will.
Never? Ever? Man, we should go sometime.
No, we should not.
It's kind of fun. Well, if we have a big old car, you know, like my Saturn, for instance.
Yeah, why don't we
two
pile
bucket
into
seats.
Kathleen's car?
Yeah. We'll wedge ourselves into her Kia.
Yeah, Kia. A Kia Mini.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it's a toy car. It's a wind-up car.
It is a small little vehicle.
Anyhow. Yeah, I'll never go to a drive-in. I'll go through a drive-thru. Get me some McDonald's. Nah, I don't like McDonald's.
Yeah, oh, they're terrible.
They are. We'll go to a Rally's. Sonic.
Maybe a Taco Bell?
Definitely a Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like a Taco Bell either. Mm-hmm. I prefer it over McDonald's.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
They have breakfast now.
Yes, they do. They've had it for a while.
Yeah.
So this movie.
It's based on a short story, we should say. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I actually bought... Okay, here's a little backstory from me.
Okay.
I bought this graphic novel by an artist I love named Thomas Ott.
Yeah. Never read any of his work, but I've seen his artwork, and it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But I've never actually read any of his comics.
Well, apparently, what happened was a man named Tab Murphy, who I've never heard of, wrote a short story called Dark Country. Thomas Jane had a big old boner for it. And so he made a movie out of it.
Let's go ahead and just put this out there. I think Thomas Jane has a big old boner for a lot of things that he shouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
And somehow Thomas Jane used his, like, I don't know if it was his charisma or his pocketbook.
I think he has a lot of charisma that is a byproduct of his insanity.
Okay, is he nutty?
He's pretty nutty.
Okay.
Yeah, he is kind of out there.
Well, I know he's co-wrote some comics and things like that, so he's got his toe in the comic book pool.
He does indeed.
And he somehow convinced Thomas Ott, who is a slow producing artist,
Right.
Who probably has a workload like 10 years long, because he's very fucking slow. He convinced him to do this like mini graphic novel, based on his movie or the short story. I think it's based on the short story.
Right.
And so, like, I bought this graphic novel, the Dark Country graphic novel, because I love Thomas Ott, and only like the first third of it is the actual Thomas Ott comic.
Okay.
And then, like, inside of it is also the short story, which I still haven't read.
All right.
And then a bunch of, like, production stills and, like, behind-the-scenes stuff for the movie, which I still haven't looked at because I wanted to wait until I see the movie. But I have read the comic. I read the Thomas Ott comic.
Okay.
And, it's a little different.
Okay. I'd be curious, I guess, mostly I'd be curious to read the comic. But also curious to even maybe read the short story.
Yeah, I will definitely read that now.
To see what differences there are, between those and the movie. All I know is that the movie was a fucking slog.
Yeah.
I did fall asleep, at least once.
Yeah. I didn't notice.
But I don't think I missed anything.
I don't think you did either.
Scenes go on.
Wait a minute. Let me make sure. Did you fall asleep somewhere between the beginning and the end of the film?
Yes.
Oh, then you're fine.
Okay.
Because that was the precise sequence where nothing really important happened.
Right, yeah, okay. Let's see. I fell asleep during some extensive car driving on a green screen background.
Okay, I remember that scene. That was
all of it?
That was the whole movie, yeah. since it's been a short story, comic book, and now a film, and there's only like 3 actors in the movie, wouldn't this make a great play? Why don't they get that on the stage?
They could do that, sure. I mean, there's not
like
a ton of scenery.
Yeah, there's like 2 sets in the entire movie.
Yeah,
a rest stop and a car.
Right.
And then 3 actors.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Why not? It could be adapted.
Yeah, do it.
Let's do this. And, hey, playwrights, let's go ahead and make it half an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a very good point. This movie should have been, I mean, we've said this before on many, many things. Like, this is a recurring problem, when we see something we don't like. I think people just try to stretch things out too much. I mean, like, there's a reason that, some things aren't an hour and a half long and there's short films,
Right.
They don't have the
structure to handle that.
Yeah, there's not enough, innards of the movie.
Right.
Like, and substance. That's what I'm looking for.
That's a very good word.
There's not a lot of substance in this movie.
And, I mean, that you've mentioned that it's based on a short story, I think makes a lot of sense also. Because, I mean, it deserves to be short.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a very brief, creepy, it could have, like, if someone edited this into like a 12-minute film, it could have been awesome.
Oh, yeah. I mean, maybe, of course, if it would have been shorter, maybe they could have afforded some better special effects.
Yes.
Because, I mean, I honestly do hate to keep harping on it, but it was so distracting.
Yeah.
To just constantly see, like, the pixelated, outline around all the actors and the car.
Was that somehow a product of, because originally this movie was shot in 3D, it was supposed to be a 3D movie. Is that somehow connected to that?
I don't think so. I think it's just
poorly done.
Yeah, just cheap.
Okay.
That's what it comes down to.
Because it kind of reminds me of Zack Snyder movies, too, where, like, it has that very, like a certain look to it,
I kept thinking Sin City.
Yeah, very Sin City, too.
And I do think that that's deliberate, in places. But I think that's also mostly just due to the lack of money.
Okay.
Like with Sin City, obviously, that was done on the cheap, but it was also done to make the effect of, a Frank Miller comic.
Right.
That stark black and white. And I think with this, it was just, they couldn't afford to film all the things they wanted to film the way they wanted to film it, so, green screen and a prop car.
And that car.
It doesn't look great, so let's go ahead and kind of make it a little cartoony looking to sort of mask the fact that we couldn't afford to do it for real.
Yeah, that car, like the car wreck, that was terrible. I mean, some of the effects of the car, like speeding around corners and like when it was about to crash, I thought it looked really cool. And then all of a sudden, like the car crash, it just looked horrible.
Yeah, it did. There's a CG car, and it's so disappointing and so distracting. But despite all that, it still doesn't help the fact that the movie was so boring.
It was boring.
And just so cliche, and just poorly acted.
Well, see, I think there's a fine line between cliche and like some sort of campy retro, homage type thing. But I think I can't tell if they were trying for the campy at all. But I think I agree with you. It veers more into the cliche, and it doesn't work. It's just kind of, and it's so muddled and like there's like extra stuff. You're like, why was that even in there? And
I know that Thomas Jane, besides being insane and he does have a love of like old comics like EC, kind of stuff, and obviously, Twilight Zone-y things.
Right.
So I can, I can see like, and this isn't the only movie he's done that sort of homages like, that type of filmmaking or storytelling.
Okay.
And I haven't seen like, a lot of things that he's ever been in, but I know that like he definitely has an affinity for it. But I think I do think that like he wasn't playing it up. I don't think he was attempting campy or tongue in cheek.
Okay.
Like I think he was sincerely trying to pay homage to like those types of stories. And so.
But there's a campiness to some of, like especially EC. There's a campiness to it.
A little bit.
So even if he is playing up to that, like that, I mean, that's something. I think there's something to this movie. Like there are good elements in it. Like, I really think like his heart was in it, and he wanted to make a good movie.
Oh yeah.
And I think there's like some awesome visual or just creepy tone.
Yeah.
Scenes to it, but overall, yeah, not so much.
I think the problem is that like it's an inconsistent tone.
Yeah, definitely.
Where even it seemed like he wasn't quite sure what he wanted to do with it. It should be mentioned he did direct this movie. It's his directorial debut.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's the main star.
And he's the main star. And like I said, he's nuts. But like in interviews, like aside from the nuttiness, he does seem to have like a real passion for whatever he works on.
Yeah, I respect that.
And yeah, like and he's one of those guys. Like again, like I've never seen too much, too many movies with him, or seen a lot of his work. But what I do see, or what I have seen, I want to like him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like he does have a presence.
Yeah, there's something there.
Yeah, and it may be because I think he's sort of is like if Christopher Lambert and Ryan Reynolds fucked, like Thomas Jane happens.
I don't know who those two guys are.
Yeah,
maybe our listeners do. Christopher Lambert, who's that?
Highlander.
Okay.
French guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know the Highlander guy.
Yeah, and Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, no, Ryan. Oh, okay, Ryan. I know Ryan Reynolds. Okay. I just said Brian Reynolds.
No.
Okay.
There's no such thing as a Brian Reynolds.
Somewhere out there.
Nope.
I'm gonna look in the phone book when I get home. I'm gonna call you back at midnight to wake you up and tell you that there's a Brian Reynolds in your hometown. And he is pissed, sir, that you don't acknowledge his existence.
I think he's mostly pissed that you called him to verify his existence.
You're just listed as B. Reynolds. You wouldn't happen to be Brian, would you? You are? Sorry, I woke you.
Oh, anyway. What were we talking about?
You said there's a something to him.
Yeah, and I really do want to like him, and like I was generally excited to see this movie.
Me too.
Despite my fears that maybe a Steve Miles had been involved, he does get a thanks at the end, though.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, that's why I was giving the TV the finger.
I thought you just periodically did that.
I do occasionally, and man, this movie deserved it throughout.
Yeah.
But mostly just the Steve Miles thing. Although Bernie Wrightson and Tim Bradstreet were concept artists.
Visual consult. Yeah, there's a lot of Tim Bradstreet art in the graphic novel that I bought.
And I can definitely tell, like with the design of the villain of the movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's a little bit of a. I could see a cross between Tim Bradstreet and Bernie Wrightson.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Hey, speaking of, so the plot of this thing.
The plots
Is it's this couple that they've gotten a quickie marriage in Las Vegas. They are on their way to somewhere, Sedona.
Sedona, yes.
Yeah, I don't know where that is. I'm dumb.
I think it's in Thailand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're gonna drive through the desert at night because it's cool in the desert at night.
Oh yeah.
And they're it's an awesome car.
It is an awesome car.
Yeah, when it's a real car.
Yeah.
It's awesome. then it becomes a cartoon monstrosity.
Yeah, it's some old 50s car. I don't even know what it is.
I'm going to say 57 Chevy.
I don't think it's that,
I
but
don't know, yeah.
but it's something similar. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a car person,
Yeah,
but
me neither, yeah.
I know
You know what
cars
you like.
that I like.
Exactly. Me
yeah.
too.
So they're driving and then they get lost and then there's an excessively long masturbation scene.
That's not Thomas Jane, so don't worry. Lucky that.
And that's another thing I want to bring up is that, like, honestly, like, for the first 40 minutes of this movie, I just kept thinking, what year does this take place in?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of timeless, it seems like. Like, because, I mean, it has that pulpy 50s style.
It does, it starts out very noir with narration,
Right.
voiceover, which never comes back into play in the movie.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So that was like my first clue as to that this movie was going to be awful.
Yeah.
But honestly, it up until the masturbation scene when Thomas Jane suddenly pulls out like a camcorder.
Which is horribly creepy.
Yes, it is. Like I thought this movie took place in the late 50s,
Yeah.
early 60s.
Right.
Because there's nothing else about it that
Oh,
is
yeah,
modern.
and all the signage and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's all old school.
And then, cell phones come into play.
Right.
And, yeah. But so anyway, so this couple is driving, she masturbates, he videotapes it. They turn the lights off on the car because, sure.
Yeah. They can drive at night down the highway under a
Yeah.
starry sky.
Then he turns the lights back on, and there's a dude in the road, and he swerves to miss it, and they find this guy laying in the middle of the highway with barely a face.
Yeah, he's been in quite some accident.
Yeah. So they decide to pick him up and take him to a hospital, but they continue to just be lost. The guy wakes up, and then things go horribly awry from there.
They go horrible. Yeah, horribly. There's like awkward conversation. He wants to smoke in their car. I mean, that's just rude. And then the credits roll.
Oh, and Ron Perlman shows up for 5 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, when I rented this, I really thought it was going to be a Punisher versus Hellboy crossover. That's why I got it.
And it goes back to that thing that Thomas Jane has. Like, I didn't hate his Punisher movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't good by any stretch of the imagination, but, like, if it's on, I'd watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was enjoyable, I guess.
And I think that just mostly has to do with whatever it is that he has about it.
He's got a little nugget of charisma or something.
Yeah. I've read the comic that he wrote, and it wasn't bad.
Bad Planet?
Bad Planet.
I've never read it.
Yeah. At least the first 5 issues, because I don't have the 6th.
Did Tim Bradstreet draw this comic?
He drew, the first 2 issues of it.
Okay.
And then, broke his hand.
Really?
And so...
He was drawn so hard?
Yeah. Well, he's never drawn more than just a cover, so it was just overuse.
That's what it was. He was like, there's not even a trench coat in this panel. His hand just exploded.
Oh, that's mean. But true.
Yeah.
But
it becomes this sort of dream-like, Twilight Zone-esque,
Yeah.
like impossible reality.
right, like they're just constantly on this road
Yeah.
driving that never ends, doesn't have any exits. They don't know where they are. They seemingly keep going in a loop, and that plays a point in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, yeah, the bloody face guy, just out of nowhere, after saying a lot of cryptic things, just attacks Thomas Jane
While he's driving.
while he's driving.
Nobody likes that. While you're
Nope.
driving,
Yeah.
it's distracting.
So they kill him and bury him, and then try to figure out what to do, and then things happen still. And It's spoiler time.
Yeah, spoilers from here on out.
But thing is, if you actually watch this movie, you're gonna know exactly what the fucking spoiler is the minute that the bloody face guy shows up.
I didn't.
Really?
I didn't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I did. Like, instantly.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And I would say, like, they do a fairly okay job at trying to hide it.
Right.
Until he wakes up in the car and starts talking to them. Then, like, to me, like, at that point, it was, like, 100% obvious.
Okay.
So you're saying you didn't see what was...
No, I had no idea.
Really?
Idea. Yeah, no idea.
Really?
I never do, though. Ever. I swear the Sixth Sense is the only time I've ever figured anything out before it was lying in my lap. Yeah, I never do. I never see it. I mean, like, I see things coming down the road, like, oh, I bet he's going to do this or whatever, but I never see a big twist. I never see that sort of thing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I will say this movie is full of the little things like that, like, oh, I bet this is going to happen, and then it does happen.
Yeah.
But the big major twist of this movie, and I am only telling you so that you don't watch it.
Which is a favor.
Yeah. The bloody-faced man is actually Thomas Jane's character.
He picks up himself
Yes.
on the side of the road.
The movie's all just one big Twilight Zone-y loop. Yeah. It loops back to the beginning. And,
Okay, well, since we're spoiling it, I noticed in the diner, not the diner, but the gas station / diner, I guess it was.
Okay.
At the beginning of the film, there's a missing person poster of a blonde girl. Is that his wife?
I honestly don't know. Like, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
When I saw it.
Okay.
But, like, I don't recall. At that point in time, I don't think we'd seen enough of her to get a good look at her face.
Right.
So that if it was her face on the missing poster, then, like, it didn't make the...
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Physical connection. But yeah, that was honestly my first thought when I saw him staring at the missing poster.
So do you think Thomas Jane's character, Richard, whoever his name is he killing these women?
Tom Jane plays Dick.
Plays Dick.
Yeah, Tom, Dick, and Jane.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Who's Harry? Was it Ron Perlman? Was Ron Perlman Harry?
He's kind of Harry. Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Like, that whole subplot made no sense to me whatsoever.
Yeah. Because at the rest stop, apparently, there's all these abandoned cars and shallow graves full of women.
Right. And no men.
No men.
But lots of posters of missing couples.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the cars are all covered with dust, and the keys are still in the ignitions, and there's dead moths everywhere.
So does maybe every time a new couple comes along,
the guy becomes the killer?
Guy becomes the killer, maybe? They all loop into this one persona or something?
Maybe? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I think I may hate that more.
Yeah. And that goes back to what I said a while ago. I read the Thomas Ott comic. I should have brought that over because it only takes like 5 minutes to read it.
Right, yeah.
Because they're all wordless comics.
I should have asked you.
I didn't think about it, but yeah, in that it was like a little more, like it was done a lot better in his comic.
Okay.
Like it was more just like a creepy, like EC-ish, Twilight Zone-ish thing without the like muddling. It was
right.
it was a lot better.
No reason to cram Ron Perlman into the comic.
Well,
there
was a cop in the movie, but he didn't look anything like Ron Perlman. But it didn't have any of that stuff. It was just like a very brief thing with a cop, and yeah, I think it just works better as a. I'm gonna read the short story.
I'd be interested to read those. I guess like despite how much I disliked this movie.
I think you would at least like the comic. I mean,
right.
And they were both in the same book, so I'll bring it over sometime.
Right. And like I said, I know that I love Thomas Ott's artwork.
It's unbelievable. Like if you haven't seen Thomas Ott, his artwork, his last name is OTT. Ott.
Yeah. I believe he's Swiss.
He is Swiss, and it's all silent scratchboard comics.
Right.
This man like etches out his comics on black paper. He creates white lines on black paper, and they are amazing looking.
Super detail and just great looking.
I'm sure it takes like a year for him to do like a 12-page story.
Right.
It's incredible. I don't know what he does for like a regular gig, because surely like this can't pay unless he sells his originals for shitloads of money.
Could be. I'd imagine that.
Yeah.
Or maybe he does like concept work or illustration work.
I know he's in a band too.
Maybe,
So,
yeah.
like-
Is he in the Hives?
He could be in the
I
Hive.
don't know.
He could be. I think he's the singer of a band. I think it's called, I want to say it's like the Playboys or something. Like it has like this real weird, like, sultry name, but I
Right.
forget what it is. But yeah, I don't know. What were we talking about?
This shitty movie.
Yeah. I don't know. Visually, I mean, like if you took a bunch of still shots of the movie, you'd be like, wow, that looks cool.
Yeah. Like throughout the movie, I was like, I bet this made for an awesome trailer.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet. I've never seen the trailer. But...
Neither have I. But I bet it was great.
Oh, yeah. You're like, wow, this doesn't make any sense now because I'm only watching the trailer. I can't wait to see the film and like let it all just lay out before me and become amazing.
It, like I'm almost afraid that us like picking it apart like this, and I don't know that we're even doing that
Yeah, kind of.
terrible extent, but like I don't need things explained to me. And in movies like this, and I think we've talked about this before. Like I don't want everything, perfectly, laid out. And
Right.
This is why this is happening, et cetera, et cetera. But it seems like with this, there was just. It was a bunch of ideas that they just sort of threw out there, and then
Like they're filming and Thomas Jane's like, wouldn't it be cool
Right,
if we
yeah,
did this scene where this happens? Wouldn't that look really awesome? And they're like, but Tom, I just don't know how that. He's like, come on, let's film it. And they're like,
Right.
all right. He signs the checks.
yeah, I imagine a lot of that
Yeah.
happening. Because again, the whole graveyard of women thing, like it didn't fit with anything that was happening in the movie.
Yeah.
Other than to set up the final chase scene, which
Yeah.
sets up the loop.
Yeah, there's just this weird tangent of there's these other women. Did he kill them? How is that connected?
Right. Yeah.
It's just disappointing.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I got nothing.
I got nothing about this one. Disappointing. Looks cool in spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just you're better off avoiding it.
Yeah. I hate, I really hate saying that about something that's like, someone trying something experimental and like, it's obviously
Swing
like,
and a miss.
yeah, like it's he's putting his heart and soul into it and he's acting and he's directing it. And it's obviously not backed by a big studio and like they're really, really trying, but it just, just falls flat. I hate saying that my opinion is that it's not awesome, but this
Right.
one is not awesome.
Right. Well, the thing is, though, that, in all forms of entertainment, no one is setting out to make a bad anything.
Right.
Whether it's, Thomas Jane funding this movie himself, I don't even know if he did or not, but, maybe he did. But obviously it's a small movie, independent film, that it was a passion project for him.
Right.
Or if it's, Joss Whedon directing the Avengers, nobody sets out to say, well, we're gonna make the worst fucking movie ever.
Right.
Everybody wants to make an awesome thing.
Yeah.
And then just due to whatever, you're either gonna fail or succeed at it.
I just, Like, it's just disappointing if it's simply a lack of money to make, like, you know, good effects, or to, you know, to hire people who are capable of, you know, saying this is wrong. Yeah.
Just, you know,
yeah.
like an editor.
Yeah. I mean, if it's a lack of money that has turned this into something disappointing, like, that's even more depressing, because I like the fact that they really tried, and they, like, and this is not your run-of-the-mill, you know, Hollywood movie. I mean, it's a bizarre premise, you know?
Right.
And, like, I love seeing things like that, and I hope a lot more of these type of things get made. I just hope that they're a little bit better.
The thing is that, like, a lot of this type of stuff is made, and 99% of it is awful.
Yeah. That's depressing,
or
isn't
just
it?
never seen.
Yeah.
You
Like,
know?
it's shelved.
Yeah, or just, you know, it is just some dude funding it himself, and, like, he just, you know, never gets the opportunity to push it beyond his own means.
Right. It's a bummer.
It's a bummer, but, you know, at the same time, you know, if you want to make a movie, and, like, your biggest stumbling block is that you can't afford to make the movie you want, we rework it.
Yeah, make it a short movie, or
Make it a shorter movie, make it
a comic book.
make it a comic book, but do something, you know, change the setting, you know, cut out some of the big, you know, action scenes or whatever. You know, rework it to fit within your means.
Yeah.
You know, like you know, and I honestly do hate to say this, but, you know, like when me and my friends made our movie, you know, like, it cost us $200, you know, total. And that was for, like, you know, donuts and a hat.
Yeah. Oh, that was your film, Hatful of Donuts?
Yes.
Is that the one? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Great film.
Magic hat donuts. But, you know, like everything that we did was, you know, well, who's got a house that we can shoot at? You know, who has props that we can use?
Right.
You know, our you know, cinematographer, you know, what kind of equipment does he have, and what can we use to our advantage? You know, who owns a piece of land that we can, you know, shoot something on and not get in trouble for doing it.
Right.
You know, all within our means.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it seems weird that a movie where it's just people driving down a highway at night is
It's costing too much money.
right.
Yeah. I mean, surely they didn't build that highway.
Right, yeah. And, you know, I mean, and obviously there was more money involved than, you know, just me and my idiot friends, you know,
Right.
doing our Marvel movie.
Right.
So, you know, you would have think that their means were a lot better than ours, and that they still could have worked something out. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think also the fact that he did, it was shot in 3D.
Yeah.
It was originally intended to be a theatrical 3D movie. Never got a theatrical release.
Oh, it never did?
No,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
If it did, it was just, like, very limited.
Right.
And so I think some of that hurts it too, because there are clearly some scenes that are made specifically for 3D.
Yeah.
And, like, when you see it in 2D, like, and it's that obvious,
Yeah.
you know, like just things coming at you.
Yeah.
You know, like it's also super distracting.
Oh, yeah. And that's another reason I wonder if it was, like, campy on purpose, because when I think of 3D movies that are just cheesy, it's the things are coming at you thing.
Right.
And that was, like, prevalent in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, they would, like, reach towards the camera, or, like, the tire iron would come towards the camera. And
Well, I think, for me anyway, the reason why I don't feel that it was, like, super over the top, or meant to be super over the top,
Right.
is the fact that it wasn't consistent in how he was doing that.
Yeah.
Like it seems to me like that would be a thing where, like, he would constantly be, like, you know, reaching out at you,
Right.
You know, something jumping.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, that was was a bummer.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a break and never think about this movie again.
Maybe you can think about it when you read the comic.
Yeah, there we go. All right, we'll be back.
Welcome back to Gutter Trash. What up?
Yeah, that was my thought too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A little belching?
Hmm?
A little belching?
I wanted to, I couldn't.
We ate some good food.
We did.
Jimmy's Italian Kitchen.
Yeah, buddy.
I wonder if that was Jimmy that we talked to there.
That was not Jimmy.
That was not Jimmy? Okay.
I think Jimmy was in the back of the kitchen.
It's where he belongs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's his kitchen.
Yeah. It's his place.
He should be doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a little Italian place in the home of a former Taco Bell.
Yeah, you can always tell those old Taco Bells have been, reestablished as another business.
Yeah.
They still look just like Taco Bell.
Yep.
There's a Chinese restaurant in Fairborn that looks exactly like a Taco Bell.
Yep. Then Pizza Hut is another one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, there's a Chinese place in Moraine that was a former Pizza Hut.
Okay.
It still even has the red roof.
Well, that's sort of, like a Pizza Hut kind of has that kind of Asian shape a little bit, though. You know?
A little bit, but, they're Pizza Huts.
Right.
You always
recognize
know a
them.
Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
At least the freestanding ones. There aren't a ton of those anymore.
I'm sure the same would be said for McDonald's if one of those places ever went out of business, but that never happens.
It has happened, actually.
Really?
Yeah, the McDonald's that used to be next to the TV station I worked at
Really?
no longer exists.
How is that possible?
Because it's the ghetto.
Okay.
You know that shit has to be super bad.
If you can't afford to eat McDonald's,
Well, if McDonald's just, has to shut down.
they up and leave.
Yeah. Because
Man.
they were always busy. I will tell you that much.
Yeah.
Because occasionally I had to work a third shift and would sneak out for a double cheeseburger because they had a 24-hour drive-through.
Right.
And it's seriously like the TV station I worked at was out in the ghetto, across the street from a dump and a prison.
And a McDonald's.
And a McDonald's.
All your basic needs,
Yeah.
your human needs.
The only other thing out there was a gas station,
Yeah.
which at night would just be loaded with people hanging out in the parking lot of the gas station.
Yeah. And so I'd probably rather eat at the gas station, but not if I had to get out of my car.
Right, yeah. Imagine being mostly white and having to get gas in there before you can go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that fun?
Oh, tons of fun.
Yeah. Did you ever see anybody rob the McDonald's or the gas station?
Never saw that happen, but I knew that it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that's probably why that McDonald's eventually made it.
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah. And then there was the one time where I ran out of gas on the way to the gas station in the ghetto.
Oh.
That was also fun.
That seems fun.
Yeah, that was great. At midnight.
Oh. What'd you do?
Walked to the gas station.
Yeah.
Got me a can of gas.
Yeah. No problems?
No, not really.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was relatively problem-free. But still frightening.
Oh, yeah.
At
I'm
times.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Or at least off-putting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man.
Also, it was a prison a block away.
Yeah. Were there the signs around that says
Do not pick up hitchhikers.
Right,
Yep.
yeah.
I know one of my friends, because part of the job, for our position was that we had to check on the giant towers, broadcasting antenna, to make sure that like all the lights, still worked on it.
Snow planes ran into them.
Right. But we were two stations. So we had, our main station was channel 22, and the second station was channel 45, and channel 45 was like right next door to the prison, which again was like a block away. So we would have to drive to the channel 45 building to check on the tower.
Oh, wow.
And usually at night. So my friend went and did that. And then he came back and he was like, "So I think I just witnessed a prison break." He was like, there was another car sitting in the parking lots, and somebody came running from the bushes through the grass wearing a jumpsuit of some sort and got in the car and they left.
Wow. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
We never heard anything about what it was. Oh, hey. Yeah. That's awesome.
TV station.
So Jimmy's was yummy.
Jimmy's was very yummy.
For like the last 12 minutes, I was like, how did we start talking about TV station?
Well, sorry.
No. It was fun because I couldn't remember. And I was like doing the math. I was like, we said this, and then we said that. Oh yeah, Jimmy's.
Yeah, Jimmy's. I've only eaten there a couple times before this.
I'd mostly ever only eaten their pizza,
Yeah, same here.
but they have a good pizza.
They do. They
It's a
have very
sloppy,
good
messy pizza,
pizza. Oh yeah,
but it is a tasty pizza.
that is the sign of a good pizza.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
At least so my parents taught me when I was young.
Right.
The sloppier the pizza, the better.
And they taught you well, my friend.
Yes. But yeah, I've had the pizza like once or twice, and then my ex and I ate there once, I believe, like sat down and ate.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the exact same thing that I had today. The gnocchi.
Ooh, you did it all for the gnocchi.
I did it all for the gnocchi. The gnocchi. The gnocchi.
Yeah, you're mostly white. You're right. Not that those guys aren't white, but that sounds very white the way we're singing that tune. I'll say the cheese ravioli, awesome.
Yeah.
But whenever you go there for dinner and you order your cheese ravioli, and they say, "What dressing would you like with your salad?" You go, "No, my friend. You keep this salad."
It was an awful salad.
It was the worst salad ever.
Yeah.
It was seriously the worst salad
It
ever.
was like a wedge of lettuce with just like the leftovers of some other vegetables that they didn't put on a
Oh my
pizza.
gosh. It was like only iceberg lettuce, first of all. And then there's like, two like little thin rings of red onion.
Yeah.
And then some like, like you said, like whatever olives fell off the pizza that someone ordered olives on. And they found them on the counter. That's what they put on yours.
Yep.
Worst salad ever.
Yeah.
Worst salad ever. But the cheese ravioli was amazing.
The gnocchi was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You forced me to go there, and it was a wise choice.
I did kind of strong arm you a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I was craving. This was only my second meal of the day. Like usually this time of night, this would be like a man's third meal.
Right.
But I like just like made do with one meal today, and I was fucking starving, and I wanted a big plate of hot cheese, basically.
Yeah. I also have only had one meal today, other than the trip to Jimmy's.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly because I can't access any of my money still.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if I talked about it in the last episode.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah, my bank changed their server system, and so my old ATM card just stopped working last week.
Yeah.
They failed to mention that this was ever going to happen or that I would get a replacement card. And so basically when I woke up last Wednesday and found that I couldn't get gas or coffee or anything, I called the bank later and said, "Hey, what's going on?" And they told me that, I should have gotten my new card by now. I said, well, I haven't. And so then the person I was speaking to proceeded to yell at me for not getting my new card yet. That I have no control over because I do not control the mail.
You don't.
I don't.
You're not the postmaster general.
That is a common misconception.
Yeah, you look just like her.
I do, but I am not, and I do not. And so this person I was speaking to canceled the replacement card I was getting to send me a new card. And of course, the very next day I received that.
The canceled card.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I am still without any access to my bank.
And how long has that been? That's been a week?
It has been a week, exactly.
So it should be any day now.
Should be.
We hope.
We hope, yeah. I'm hoping tomorrow, because otherwise it is going to be a very long weekend.
What?
Yeah, so how do we get on that? Oh, yeah, I didn't have any money, so I didn't eat anything.
Oh, yeah. Like a food.
Yeah. At least I had to wait until I could get to the actual bank to go in and withdraw money. Like some sort of savage, instead of going to an ATM or just using the card itself like a human being.
You know, I've never once in my life used my card to access money from an ATM.
Because you are a Luddite.
I don't even know what that means. So that's perfect, right? No, it's because I get paid in cash like a drug dealer.
No, that's true, yeah.
So yeah, I always
you have a checking account, right?
I have a checking account, yeah,
And you have a credit card.
I have a credit card.
But you don't have a debit card?
No debit card.
Maybe you should get one.
I've never needed one though. I mean, like I've had my checking account since I was like 16. Too.
Right. You can always upgrade it.
Yeah.
Do you still write checks?
Oh, occasionally.
Do you mail them out?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Occasionally. Yeah.
Because there was about a month ago or so where I got just furious. Because I received a letter in the mail from the BMV asking me to send a proof of insurance. Like, it was just a random thing. They just occasionally they will randomly mail you this thing that you have to send in proof of insurance.
Oh, really?
And if you don't, then they'll suspend your license.
No, I did not know that.
But you have to mail it. I haven't fucking mailed anything since 2002.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah,
Nothing?
nothing.
So what'd you do?
Had to fucking find a stamp somewhere.
You know, the postage rates just went up last week.
I don't need it now.
Yeah.
I needed it a month ago.
Well, I mail stuff all the time. Snail mail, man. It's the way to go.
Oh, yeah. I mean, one might say that I am the reason that the post office just announced that they're no longer doing Saturday deliveries.
Yeah, I heard about that.
At least starting in August.
At least mail. I think they for some reason I think they're still doing packages, which is weird for Saturdays, but no mail, no paper mail.
All I know is this affects me and my
comics?
Netflix.
Does it affect your comics?
No, those come FedEx.
Oh, okay.
Although I believe the last one came through the actual mail, which I don't like. I
You like the
prefer
FedEx, yeah.
But no, yeah, my Netflix usage, like I
Oh,
I got a
yeah.
pattern.
Yeah.
Like as long as Netflix doesn't fuck me,
Uh-huh.
like I know, how the turnaround time to get the maximum amount of discs.
Okay. Is that going to affect the show?
It may.
Wow.
It may affect the show.
Wow. That's depressing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really gonna have to figure this out and plan way in advance.
So maybe I'll pick my movie 2 weeks ahead of time.
Right? Yeah, you might have to.
Yeah.
Or
Fuck
at
you.
least,
Fuck you, post office.
At least your lady still gets physical discs, doesn't she?
I think she does both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe you'd have to arrange that with her to get a disc in, so that you don't have to tell me.
Yeah.
Because we like to keep it a surprise
Yeah.
from each other.
I mean, occasionally we've let it slip. Like, I think, what was
Usually
the
if there's a logistics problem.
Yeah, or just like occasionally, like I think I mentioned to you the Minutemen before.
Right,
Just,
yeah.
I was like worried that you were going to veto it. I didn't want to waste my time reading it if you were going to veto it.
Right.
But yeah, usually, yeah, we like to keep it a surprise to each other. It's more fun that way. You've got this we've talked about this before. Your screensaver here is like just a bunch of awesome artwork by, right now it's Travis Charest and
Charest.
It's Travis Charest, and now it's Boris or somebody, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like it flashes from character to character. And a minute ago, a Kevin O'Neill Gen 13 cover popped up, and it reminded me. I'm curious. Do you know where Mr. Kevin O'Neill lives?
First of all, Kevin O'Neill drawing a Gen 13 cover?
Yeah, that was Kevin O'Neill, wasn't it?
Like Martial Law, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Oh no, I'm thinking of Kevin Nolan. Okay. But where does Kevin O'Neill live? Do you know?
The Martial Law.
Yeah, the martial law guy.
I believe he's from England.
Okay, he lives in England. Damn it. Because Kevin O'Neill from Indiana won one of my auctions on eBay. And I was like, do I have Kevin O'Neill's home address? Should I stalk him?
I've been doing some picking up around the house, and I found it was old, like super old, so I'm guessing he probably doesn't live there anymore, but I had Mark Andreyko's address.
Who's that?
He was the former writer of the Manhunter for DC Comics.
Okay.
He sent me the first trade paperback, autographed.
Okay.
Because I had put somewhere on a comic book forum that I wasn't sure if Manhunter was worth reading. And Mark Andreyko said, "Hey, send me your address. I'll send you a trade."
Wow. That's awesome.
So I had the envelope still.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was very cool, and it got me to buy the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mostly because he was awesome in doing that.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also found Ryan Kelly's home address.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Let's plan a like stalking.
Yeah.
I'll put Kevin O'Neill, even if it's not him. We'll just go to that guy's house.
And I don't know that I even kept the envelope, but I think I even have Becky Cloonan's address somewhere.
Oh, yeah. That's cool, too.
Yeah.
We're equal opportunity stalkers. We don't have to just stalk men. We can stalk a pretty lady, not just a weird fella.
Sure. I've got Mike Smith's address somewhere.
Baseball player?
No.
Oh.
The comedian. The 40-year-old bum.
Oh. Let's say that because isn't Mike Schmidt the baseball player from Dayton?
The Phillies player?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I didn't know that Dayton claimed him or not.
I'm pretty sure he's from here.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if he's... I mean, I'm sure he didn't live here when he played in Philadelphia, but...
Right, well, obviously.
But
I know that, sometimes, like, a famous person is from Dayton,
Right.
but they lived here for, 3 months when they were a kid.
right.
Or, they were born here and moved when he was 6 months old.
Right.
But he's from Dayton. Dayton's own.
Yeah, Dayton's own Charles Lindbergh.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
So, was it one of those type of situations? Or?
I don't know. I just remember hearing that.
I've always been curious. I know that like Martin Sheen and Rob Lowe occasionally do public appearances here in Dayton.
Yeah.
But how long did they actually live here for?
I can tell you for a fact.
Ooh.
The kid that I used to play toys with when I was a child, he lived 2 doors over from me. He lived with his grandmother. She worked at the Elder Beermans down the street, and Rob Lowe used to always come in and get clothes. Like his mom would bring him in, and they would buy clothes there all the time when he was a kid. So he spent a bit of time here.
Yeah.
According to what was her name? We always called her Grandma Harding. And I can't remember her first name, but she was like our honorary grandma because I probably spent more time with her than both of my grandmothers combined when I was a child.
That's disappointing.
Well, they all lived in Kentucky and Tennessee, and this lady lived 2 houses over.
Okay.
And her grandson had every Mask vehicle the day Mask was released. So,
okay.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But what about Chad Lowe?
Never heard of him.
And that is why he has an inferiority complex.
Oh, does he? Is he an actor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Chad Lowe is Rob Lowe's brother.
And he's from Dayton?
Yeah, I don't know. He's never mentioned.
Oh. Well, no one even cares. That's probably why.
He was briefly married to Hilary Swank.
Oh, nice. Good for him.
Yeah.
She's a good actress. I like her.
She's alright.
Yeah.
Karate Kid. 4.
Was she in one of the Karate Kids?
Yeah.
I was thinking Boys Don't Cry and something else. I don't know.
The Gift.
Yeah, she was good in that.
Karate Kid, The Next Generation, I think.
Wow.
The Next Karate Kid or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, man. I've only seen the first 2, and that was good. That was good for
I think
me.
I saw all 3 of them. Mm-hmm. All 3 of the Daniel San saga.
The Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
So he was in the 3rd one, right? Ralph Macchio was in the 3rd one.
Yeah. I can't remember the 3rd one for shit, but I'm pretty sure I saw it.
I've seen parts of 1 and 2 within the last month.
Wow.
Because they were on AMC back to back, and I saw the tail end of 1 and the beginning of 2.
I don't think I have seen either of those movies in decades.
Yeah, good stuff. Classic 80s stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I watched a film yesterday.
You did?
Yeah. And it was dirty.
Oh, Deep Throat?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No. Inside Deep Throat.
What?
It was a documentary about Deep Throat.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought of was Deep Throat. And you didn't, this was not rehearsed.
No, it was not.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go buy a lottery ticket. I've got psychic ability.
Hey, speaking of lottery, my mom won the lottery.
Oh my god! My psychic ability! I knew the lottery was somehow a factor in tonight's episode.
Wouldn't have mentioned it if you hadn't have mentioned lottery.
Wow. That's awesome. Good for her.
Yeah.
Is she a millionaire?
No.
Oh, okay.
She's
A billionaire?
100-aire.
Oh. That's better than most
Exactly.
that play the lottery. I mean.
Right, yeah. She did have to split it with someone, so.
Oh, jeez. She's a 50-year.
Yeah. Oh, no. They won $1,000.
Huh?
So she got 500.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a take of gas right there.
Yeah, yeah. She bought me a new pair of kicks.
Nice. That's sweet.
Shoes.
Yeah.
For people who...
I thought maybe she bought you Blow My Top and whatever their other album was called. Oh, man.
But no, yeah, so I watched Inside Deep Throat last night.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't believe that that's really what you watched.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've kind of wanted to see that because Secret's out. I like porn.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, it's not the porn I like. It's the prevalence of naked chicks
Yeah.
having sex with other people.
Yeah, you don't have to explain
That's the
it.
part I like about it.
You don't have to explain it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that is...
It's kind of why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So was it eye-opening?
I mean,
Was it depressing?
there's a depressing factor to it.
Yeah.
It was like I knew already a lot of what happened to Linda Lovelace and some of that. But I didn't know I didn't know exactly what happened to the lead actor in that movie and how basically it started when the movie came out President Nixon had started a task force to find out the effects of pornography on adults.
Okay.
And the study basically revealed that pornography has no effect on adults other than stimulation.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Maybe they lose a little bit of money. Yeah.
that's more of an addict kind
Yeah,
of thing though.
right.
But the pornography itself
Yeah.
has no harm. It's usually the person already has a problem.
Right.
They're getting into shit like that.
Right. Right.
But then there was a senator who basically opposed it and then basically sort of muscled his way into doing his own study, which involved no scientific experiments whatsoever. And basically it came out that pornography was evil and obscene.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was like the Frederick Witham of porn.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Only his thing stuck.
Wow.
And so Deep Throat was singled out because it was apparently made for $25,000 and it grossed over $600 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good profit.
So it is the most successful movie ever made.
How does one spend $25,000 making a porn though?
Locations?
And then your actresses
Paying off?
Yeah.
You pay actors and actresses and a crew of some sorts. Especially back in the day when it was actually filmed.
Right, on actual film, right.
But I'm also sure, there's some hush money involved.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure that factors in.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that all blew my mind. They really do have to pay the actors in those movies.
Oh, yeah.
I know they pay the actresses.
Right.
But
yeah.
really, they have to pay the actors. They can't just put out a call. Hey, you want to fuck 20 people?
Right, yeah.
For free?
Well, the apparently the lead actor in Deep Throat was he was part of the crew. And it just turned out he was super funny, and so they said, "Hey, why don't you? I'm going to fire you from the crew, and you're going to be the actor."
So it was a comedy?
It was supposed to be a comedy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Porno comedy. Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Harry Reams was his name.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've never actually seen the film, but I've heard
neither have I.
I've heard clips. There was this band called Front 242, this industrial band, and they used a lot of samples from the movie in one of their songs.
Yeah.
A song called Religion.
Yeah.
And so I always kind of wanted to see it.
Yeah, I mean, there is a curiosity factor, but also
It's a classic, right? It's
right,
a classic.
Yeah.
It's like reading Wuthering Heights. You just got to do it.
Have to, yeah. So anyway, so basically the government targeted Deep Throat to basically pin the evils of pornography on, and they just decided to go ahead and target target for all of its wrath.
And his first film.
His first film, yeah. And so he sort of became like this, like almost a hero kind of amongst like Hollywood. You know, as like a hero against censorship.
Okay.
You know, like Warren Beatty and Jack Nicholson were like, you know, interviewed with like Harry Reams,
Really?
standing there, like, you know, saying that they can't do this to somebody because if they do it to him, what's to stop them from coming after us next?
Right. They're like, what's to stop them from coming after real actors in real movies?
Exactly.
And he's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm Harry Reams.
So it basically ruined his life, and he became an alcoholic, and then
Jeez, that's dark.
he eventually got sober and found religion, and he's now like a real estate agent in Colorado or something.
Harry Reams Realty, that's him?
Yep.
My aunt uses him to masturbate.
Yeah. And then, of course, you know, Linda Lovelace had a tragic end as well.
Oh, don't know.
Oh yeah, she's dead.
Killed herself? Or?
I believe. I want to say AIDS.
No.
Also, you know, she after the success of the movie, like she sort of, you know,
Ruptured her throat?
well, there's that. But she also like, you know, did a 180 on the whole porn thing, and she like testified in front of Congress saying that like every time anybody watches that movie, they're basically watching her get raped.
What?
Like she said, like she was basically forced to do the movie, and like her first husband was like super abusive and like forced her to do sex scenes, you know, at gunpoint, and
Whoa, that's fucked
so,
up.
Yeah, so she quit the porn industry and like became a mother, and then, you know, a housewife, and then she spoke out against the porn industry, and then even towards like the end of her life, she actually went back to porn, you know, before dying.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez, that is sad.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it was just interesting to watch, and you know, I was mostly listening to it while I was doing work, and you know, like just like mostly overwhelmed by like, you know, people who you just look at them and realize that they are some of the worst people ever.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Sure.
the director of the movie, and like, you know, some of the producers of it,
Right.
you know, just other porn producers from the 70s who got interviewed, you know, and movie theater owners and all that.
I'm sure there's some winners in that
Oh,
circle. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like, don't get me wrong, I personally have nothing against porn. I think it's
Right, yeah.
fine.
Oh yeah.
Do it. I mean, like, I haven't watched porn in years.
Right.
But, yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
Yeah, whatever. You know, it's not hurting anyone. I mean, it probably is hurting someone.
Everything is hurting someone, though.
Exactly.
I mean,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean, you can make an argument that comics hurt Jack Kirby.
Right.
You know, I mean, like, everything hurts someone somewhere along the way, but,
Yeah.
you know, if you want to make a living doing, you know.
Yeah, it's your choice.
Yeah, do it.
And then if you want to quit that industry and then turn on them, you know,
You should
also
totally
your
be
choice.
allowed to do that,
Exactly,
right? Yeah, exactly.
But, you know, I think when it gets to the point where you are actively trying to prevent people from doing the thing that they want,
Right.
you know, as long as it is their choice.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's like an element of porn where there's a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
drugs and like weirdness and
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know, it's like that part of it I'm sure is horrible.
Right.
But I'm sure that's not the entire industry. I mean,
Exactly,
there's some people that are like, I love my job, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
And I think the thing is, you're always going to hear about the worst aspects.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they are the worst aspects.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's not interesting to talk about the guys like, oh yeah, I fuck for a living, I just don't like to talk about it.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
next!
No, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so yeah, that was the thing.
That's cool. I might have to watch that sometime.
Yeah, I'd recommend it.
Yeah.
It's not great.
You know, that's
Yeah.
really weird because in the back of my mind for like at least a year, I've been like, you know, sometime I'm just out of nowhere going to pick Deep Throat as a movie for us to watch.
I wouldn't do it.
I know you wouldn't do it. But, and like, that's why I've never picked it because I thought that would be weird for us just to watch, you know, like a classic porn. I wouldn't just pick like East Coast Sluts Volume 12.
Right, yeah.
But I mean, like something that's revered is like, you know, if you ever watch a porn, you have to watch Debbie Does Dallas,
Right.
Deep Throat. You know, I was going to pick one of those and just for us to watch it because I thought it might be fun to talk about it.
I don't think so at all.
But like knowing that there's a movie, like a documentary about that, like that would probably be much better to watch, to talk about. But now we don't need to because we've talked about it now.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd probably enjoy it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does it have some porn in it?
It does.
Okay, well,
so don't watch it with your mom.
I'll watch it. Yeah, I'll watch it. Well, I have to either watch it with my girlfriend, my mom, or my doogie, because that's the only time I watch movies other than here.
Right, yeah. Well, I recommend that you can watch that with the two of those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom and my girlfriend?
Yep.
Yeah.
At the same time.
That is pretty hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched Everything Must Go. The Will Ferrell movie. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked that.
Last week I watched I Love You, Philip Morris.
Oh, yeah, I want to see that.
Jim
Carrey.
Ewan McGregor.
That's weird because there was a trailer for that at the beginning of Everything Must Go.
Yeah. It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And other than that, I've just been watching Twilight Zone reruns. Or not reruns, on Netflix.
Right.
Which were all better than the movie we watched.
Yes. I haven't seen them, but I'm sure you're right.
So you got anything else? Any pressing matters?
I had something exciting happen. I like a few months ago, I emailed the people at Cake to see, because you told me that they were accepting applications, and I got accepted to table at Cake.
Nice. I won't be going with you.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm not sure, because like it costs like $60 for a table, and I have to let them know in the next like 2 weeks.
Right.
And I'm still thinking about it. Like, ask Kathleen. I was like, hey, maybe we can make a weekend out of it, because she's been wanting to go to Chicago.
Yeah.
So if that works out, but if not, I might not go. But,
right. Yeah, like I would love to go back to Chicago. I really would, but like I think just with the car accident and everything else that's happened in the past year and what's about to be happening in my life shortly, that I probably better not.
Money-wise.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I know.
I do really want to go back to Chicago. I always want to.
Oh, it's a great city. I know. Kurt didn't have a great experience with Cake.
No, he
right?
did not.
Yeah.
And I mean, even from our perspective, like
it was a little crazy.
Yeah. So maybe this year they're handling things differently.
It's in a different place, at least.
Okay,
So that's a good sign.
Nothing. I know Kurt's not attending that this year.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. But that was cool. I was excited.
Yeah, if you do, obviously, we definitely want to hear about your experiences.
Yeah.
And if I don't know, if by some miracle, I can afford to go, I definitely would.
Right.
I know my nephew is moving to Chicago in June or July.
This is it early June? Because this is the middle of June.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly when. But he was accepted to an art college in Chicago.
Okay.
So he wants to move there shortly after he graduates from high school.
Nice.
To find a job.
That's smart.
Because I think it's like him and like 5 of his friends are all moving into an apartment.
Oh, good times. Good times.
Probably will only be like a 1-bedroom thing.
I've been in similar situations.
Yeah.
Good times. Good luck for you, buddy. Good luck to you, buddy.
Yeah.
Use your words, Jason.
Whatever you decide with Cake, wish you luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I noticed that you didn't win a space prize again this year.
No, I did not. I am consistently losing space prizes. But hey, that's all right.
But not even a second prize.
Not even a second
you
prize.
Consistently won a second prize.
That was
3 or 4 years in a row.
It was only twice.
Okay.
But, yeah. No. I was honored to be nominated, but there was a lot of good stuff in that category, and somehow
You're just saying that.
Oh yeah, mine was the best. Mine was the best. Have you seen some of that other stuff like Star and REH that was nominated? What the devil? No. I mean, like, that would be awesome to win one of those, but, whatever. I love that show. It's such a great show.
But you're not going this year because you lost.
Oh, no, I snubbed them forever from now on. Yeah. In fact, I may actually burn down the hotel during the show.
You should.
Yeah.
They always had shitty Wi-Fi connections anyway.
And it was really easy to accidentally turn the power out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that place. It's like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I'll definitely be at Space.
Well, not.
Did I tell you the guy that drew that Harvey Picard Cleveland book's going to be there?
No, you did not.
Yeah, I might have to get him.
Not influencing me one way or the other.
I might have to get him to sign that though.
I wish you luck in that.
No.
But yeah, I'm not going to be able to afford a lot of things anymore. And unfortunately, even a trip to Columbus is out of the question.
Have you thought about selling drugs to kids as a side thing?
You can do that?
Oh, it's not only can you, should you?
Wow.
It's so lucrative.
Do you have like somebody I can talk to get into this?
I have the finger of a glove tied into a knot full of illegal substances in my rectum as we speak.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. If you want in on this action, you'll have to help me pull it out.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, on that note, should I pick a comic for us to read?
I love comics.
All right. So speaking of hiding drugs up your ass,
It's a Garth Ennis comic?
just as good. I am picking a book that I've actually been threatening to pick for almost since the beginning of the show.
Ooh.
And I've decided that now is a good time to do it. I've obviously read it before, but I look forward to reading it again and talking about it with you, should you not veto.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a good time to do so now.
Timely?
It is fairly timely in that it has been out of print for a while, and it is going back into print as a trade paperback very soon,
Okay.
if not already. I'm picking Superman: Secret Identity
Okay.
by Kurt Busiek and Stuart Immonen.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
I know we recently ordered a copy out of Previews, so we will have it on the shelf
Shortly.
when it comes out.
Yeah.
It'll be behind the piles of Magic cards. Just swim through those and you might be able to find it. If one of the employees is busy helping Magic, you're out of luck. But otherwise, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Awesome.
Superman: Secret Identity.
Yep.
Cool.
Doing it.
Let's read that fucker.
We will.
Let's talk about that fucker.
We will.
Yes.
All right. Goodbye. Thank you for listening to Gutter Trash. You can subscribe to the show from guttertrash.net or from iTunes and leave us a review. Visit guttertrash.net for email information, links to our Facebook and Twitter pages, and for other podcasts and websites in the Gutter Trash Network. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.